Is your bank account low? You get paid, it doesn't grow. You've been working 40 hours, but you still be kind of broke. Do you want to catch a fish? Take it, slap the CEO. Is your bank account low?
Unreal. All right, boys. Buckle up. We got another one of these cost of livings. Hyperinflation. You know, the typical. I'm pretty concerned about it. You know what? Don't even worry about it. If you're new here, welcome. Let's have some fun, okay? Let's get deep, but not too deep. All right, so the definition of hyperinflation here goes, hyperinflation is generally defined as a price increase of 50% or more per month. But in the worst known cases, prices have doubled in days or hours. Hyperinflation happens only when people lose all confidence in the government and institutions. Usually in the aftermath of a political or economic I can't read. Anyways, that sounds oddly familiar. Take a hit. Let's get deep here, okay? And shout out to that Big Merla in the beginning. What a song. That made my day. All right, so this looks like this is some hyperinflation that's happened in Argentina. And sometimes, I try not to trip about this stuff, but, I'm also concerned with how in the hell am I going to survive. But this has already happened to Argentina, so let's see what's going on here.
This is hyperinflation at its finest. This is 40,000 Argentina pesos right here. Back in 2018, this was worth $2,000 American. Now it's worth about $75 American. You see, back in 2018, this 20 peso note was equivalent to $1 American. Now you need 520 just to equal that $1. This is all because of government spending, a poor economy, and the government printing large amounts of capital.
Sounds right to me. I love it. This chick was pretty on point. And I wanted to, I make a lot of videos on this stuff. And I had somebody recently ask me, a friend of mine was like, do you just make this or do you actually care? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I was like, are you not living in the same world I am? Unreal. I actually do I care. And I'm trying not to swear, so guys, hold me accountable. I'm trying a new thing where I don't curse as much. Anyways, I'll shut up.
So I just had a guy tell me that the economy is booming and that the only reason people are struggling is because they're not working hard enough. Yep, so for all of us struggling, we're just not working hard enough. Does this guy realize that today there are people who are making $30,000 to $50,000 more dollars a year than they were making 3 to 5 years ago, but they are struggling more today than 3 to 5 years ago? Has this guy walked through a grocery store? Has he seen the price of chips? Has he seen the price of cereal? Has he seen the prices of anything? Does he realize that we have elderly who, in order to put food on the table, are having to go work at Walmart even though they're 80 years old? Does he realize that people who are in their 30s and 40s, who do have a job, who do have a good career, have moved back in with their parents because they can't afford the price of rent and they can't buy a home right now because the interest rates are so high and the prices of homes are still high? And then you add on property taxes, and then you add on home insurance. People can't afford that. And it's not as simple as go get a better job, go get a second job. It's not that simple. Telling a mom like me to go get a second job when I'm already working a full-time career and I already have a 2-hour commute every day, I don't have time for that. Okay, so what? I go get a second job and now I'm never with my children? How is that worth it? Oh, and now I have to go pay more daycare expenses? How is that worth it? Okay, we have a lot of people in this country, in this world, struggling, and the answer is not to bury your head in the sand and act like nothing's going on. Do not tell me the economy is booming. The economy is not booming when people are struggling the way they are. And when I mean people that have good jobs, who have good degrees, who have 2 incomes coming in their house, and the family is still struggling. That's not a booming economy.
That's the best. What if she just kept going on this entire video? I just didn't say anything else. Honestly, I'm not even going to front. The last week, I've just been eating once a day. I'm kind of over it. And I've been drinking a lot of water. But I'm just kind of over it. You know what I mean? And I have done the whole 7 days a week thing, 3 jobs, 8 hours, 8 days a week hustle. I've done that. There's only so long you can do it, though. Literally. And, yeah, but anyways, if you're new here, I like to read some of you guys' comments from previous videos. Keep it fun. This guy goes, I'm completely fucked right now. I can't afford, oh, I just said F word. Damn it. He goes, let me try that over. He goes, I'm completely effed right now. I can't afford everything. I have a car, and I just got a call from my school about unpaid loan debts. Loser. No, I'm just kidding. And my car insurance went up for no reason. I'm 22 years old, and I don't know how I'm going to survive. Guess I'm learning trial by fire. Yeah. And to make you feel any better, I am 12 years older than you. And I feel the exact same way, minus the student loan debt.
Absurd is the statement that a $100,000 salary is the new watermark for middle class.
If you're drowning in payments, you'll never have enough.
Right.
If you have the average car payment, which is over $700, you got the average student loan payment over $400. You're drowning in credit card debt, which could easily be $100, $200, $300 for the minimum payment. You start to add all of this up on top of a mortgage that you weren't ready for.
Right.
Because you said, well, I'm paying $2,000 in rent. Why not pay $2,000 for the mortgage?
Right.
Except it's not apples to apples. Home ownership has a lot more expenses built in that make it wildly expensive. So when you add in all that, all of a sudden you go, $100,000 is not enough. And we see the stats.
Yeah.
You know, people making six figures,
Right.
a third of them live paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
And you're going, if I made six figures, I would never. Listen, lifestyle creep is real. Because guess what? You have to play the part of the six-figure salary.
Low, only eat ramen noodles, and you cannot pay your rent, but you can do the fend and go. Do you cry on your pillow because your savings are zero? Is your bank account low?
Just a little comic relief. That chick's the best. Shout out Big Merlo on the Trek. But yeah, the whole 100K thing, though, it's kind of trippy because I've made that mistake before. You make more money, then you raise your bills. Well, I can afford that. I can afford this. I'm rich. So yeah. You know, a man with no bills is a rich man. Or a man with a lot of assets is a rich man. I don't know. I like that. I like the way that sounds. Plus, I've learned the hard way. But it's funny to think that $100,000, like this year, I just got all my getting ready for tax season, and I made a whopping $55,000. And I've saved a whopping shit. And I own a house. Everything in my house has gone just... And like the guy said, like raising your bills. And as much as I want to say a man with no bills is a rich man, it's getting to the point where it's hard to even cut anything out. Because once you cut something out, like my property taxes, everything, insurance for the house, HOA payment, which is the worst, Karen Mafia, I swear to God. That's all gone up. This year, $300 a month, extra a month. Just like that. Nothing. Car insurance, phone bill, okay, girlfriend. I'm just kidding. Anyways, this guy right here goes, insurance is $250 a month, then rent is $1,800 for a one-bedroom. Everything is finished. Yeah, I know. This guy goes, bro, almost 700 comments. You're killing it, man. Keep it up. Thank you. If you're new here, consider subscribing. No big deal. But that's where we're at, and it's classic. I love it. The American dream.
Kanye was right. Slavery definitely is a choice because why are you paying taxes? Why are you accepting the minimum wage being what it is in the conditions of your workplace? Why? Rent is going up. And it shouldn't. But you're going to pay him anyway. And you
I am going to pay him anyways. That's the funniest part.
can't even afford to take care of yourself.
I can't.
All of these things are happening and we're letting it.
You're making us pay for grapes, apples, things that God gave us for free. Ha! Ha! Da, 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 bullshit. You will burn in hell when I'm through with you.
All of these things are happening and we're letting it. Kanye said it was a choice and we're proving him right every single day. Listen, I'm ready when y'all are. Because what? If everybody just quit their job and we stop paying rent, we going to be up. Or homeless. Either way, it don't matter. I'm ready to ride.
He's like, I'm ready to ride. Oh my God, wait till I get my money right. Hold on, Big Marlo on the track.
Bank account low, only eat ramen noodles, and you cannot pay your rent, but you can do the fend and go. Do you cry on your pillow because your savings are zero? Is your bank account low?
That was awesome. You know what? I know that guy went down like a rabbit hole type situation there, but I mean, they kind of got a point. But it's like, what am I gonna do? Not pay taxes? Have you ever even been through the court system? It's the worst. Don't do it, especially on a felony level. It's not cool. Anyways, this dude's got an excellent point. It's from John. He goes, the problem with most of us watching your channel, as you said, most of you guys are like over the age of 35, or at least like half. He goes, and a ton of jobs have to do with computers and tech. And with phones, computers. He goes, I am 37 years old with the brain of an 80-year-old. Loser. No, I'm just kidding. He goes, I wish I paid more attention to this computer stuff when I was younger instead of partying. Now I work 60-plus hours a week doing super physical work and have a metal rod in my arm, a metal rod in his arms, plates and screws in his wrists. Hey, I got 6 screws in my hand. What's up? He goes, he's just breaking his back, basically. Moral of the story is, don't be an effing retard like me and learn this computer stuff because that's the future. Yeah, and I'm with this guy. I wish I learned how to do this way sooner. And I can't code. I can't do any of that. And I'm not saying if you're 50, you can't learn how to code or anything. Because I actually talked to a guy. He was like 63, and he went to school for coding. He just wanted to do it because he wanted to prove to somebody that he could. And I was like, that's great. I'm glad you had the spare time and the money to do that. This dude's young buck. This guy actually has like 3 million subscribers, so I don't know how he's not making any money, but he actually made an awesome point here. He's like 10 years younger than me.
I'm 24 years old. When I was in high school, I was like, oh, by 21, I should graduate college. By 22, I'll have a stable job. 23, I'll get married. And by 24, look into having some kids, right? The thing is, no, I'm 24 right now. And I just had a panic attack at Jersey Mike's because I didn't know what size sandwich I wanted, and I was holding up the line. They had to talk me through it.
It happens to the best of us, brother. And to be fair, when I was 24 or like 18, that was not even a thought in my mind. Being married with kids by 25. Like, but that's how the world's weird now, man. Now I'm 34, no kids. It's classic. It's like, I'm really interested to see what's going to happen in the next 20 years, like for real, for the good or bad. Hopefully it's good, but
Okay, I live with my parents still, and when I do even anything a shred bit of responsible, my response is, oh, look at me being an adult. I'm 24, I am an adult, literally, right? The thought of kids right now gives me the stress sweats, and when anyone even remotely asks me, oh, are you living your dream job? I work at a pizza place with 2 degrees.
2 degrees. He goes, one in marinara, one in mozzarella. How you doing? Classic.
2 degrees. And I got people calling me a certified pizza boy. So clearly 24 was not how I expected, but hey, we move, I guess.
You're absolutely.
If it makes any of you guys feel any better, especially you young cats, there's plenty of people in their 30s, even 40s, going, what the is we gonna do? Straight up. This one goes, you're actually effing drowning financially as a 29-year-old single person. Classic. Sounds like everybody else.
Actually fucking drowning financially as a single 29-year-old.
Babe, it's not you. Things have changed. She's 29. I'm 41.
All right. This lady's a little long-winded, but just hear her out because this is it's too true in a lot of industries, most industries.
Old millennial here, younger millennial there. By the time I was 29 years old, I had been married for 7 years. I had a kid and I'd bought 5 houses.
5 houses? Unreal.
And I started my married life off with $25,000 in credit card debt and nothing else. And there's just no way that I could have done any of that if I'd been in my 20s for the past decade. 24 years old, I became a real estate agent. I'm going to give one example of how that actually worked for me back then that it would never. There's something called a broker price opinion or a BPO that you can do as a real estate agent. It pays a certain amount of money for you to go out and take a couple pictures of a house and give a valuation. Normally they're ordered by banks. I used to do a boatload of these things every month. Like I was making $7,000 to $9,000 every month just doing BPOs alone, not even counting my property sales. Back then they paid $50 to $100. Guess what they pay today? $50 to $100. It's not you.
Legit though. Same thing. Okay, so 10 years ago, I started bartending, right? I was in the service industry quite a while. And I'm not kidding you. I was making 400, 500. A bad night was like 150. A great night, I could make like 600, 700. 10 years ago, okay? Fast forward 10 years. On a bad night, I make 150. On a good night, I would make 700. A great night, phenomenal. 500, 600, 700, depending on the place you worked. I've worked at bars where you can make like 1,000 in a night, but those are very slim to come by. My point is when I was 24 doing it, I was hood rich Ricky. Slick Ricky Aioli, dude. Okay? Like Papa Begonia. All right? I don't really have any more analogies to tell you, but that's what it was like. But now if you go back into the same sector, it's like you're making the same. Nothing's changed except for all of my bills, and I love it. This guy goes, hello from Argentina. We had 200% inflation last year in 2023, and we'll probably have 20% just this month. And I know I'm bringing up, Argentina here, and I'm living in the United States, but this is kind of what concerns me. I don't like dwell on it at night or like let it keep me up, but I do think about this. Because it's concerning. It's like it's happened a bunch of other places, and it just, the definition we read in the beginning here, I'm just sitting here going, help, This guy goes, live below your means, get a side hustle. That's rich. Unfortunately, though, it's more like get 7 side hustles. Like I almost actually kind of agree with this dude here. Not really, but this is rich right here.
$400,000 a year, I would be embarrassed as a husband, a father, basically as a human being. $400,000. How do you make sense of $35,000 a month? You have not done the math because
I mean, that's absolutely crazy. Like this video has 161,000 people who have liked that video.
Yeah, and they're all from Argentina. No, I'm just kidding. No, actually, probably. But think about that for a second. If $100,000 is like the new 50,000, what happens if hyperinflation really does hit us? Right in the tushkins. It is kind of alarming. And I'm thinking about putting all my money into Bitcoin. I'm just kidding. I don't even know what to do. I really don't. Like, I guess we're just, have fun, take a hit, chill out, I guess. I think that's why so many people drink on a daily basis. No offense. Or smoke weed on it. When I do these hit things, I actually don't really smoke weed often. But I used to smoke weed every day. And I understand why I did. And I understand why people do. Because this stuff, just thinking about it, it's literally like, it's all good, dude.
Does anyone else have no idea what's going on in life? Like, weeks are just going. They're just fun. I haven't had a thought in about a month. Not one thought. Like, I don't know. I don't even know where I am right now, and I'm at home. Like, that's how far gone. Like, I've legitimately been sitting here with no TV. Just, I can't even tell you a thought that I've thought today. Like, I have no idea what's going on in life. And I don't even know if I care.
I feel like that's how most of us, she's back, Big Merle on the track. I love her. I'm going to follow her for the rest of her life. I don't even care if she just posts cat videos. Like, I am now a fan of this lady here forever, no matter where the economy goes. Okay? But I feel like most people, that's kind of where we're at, man. I make these type of videos because it's hard to have these conversations in real life. It's hard. And then, I do this thing where I just joke it off, But it actually does concern me. Like, it's tripping me out, and it's getting to the point where I'm going to need Big Merla to relax me for a second.
Bank account low, you get paid, it doesn't grow. You've been working 40 hours, but you still be kind of
shout out to my Patreon members, man. Rock this out, baby.
Is your bank account
have a great weekend, y'all.
Is your bank account low? Only eat ramen noodles, and you cannot pay your rent, but you can do the fend and go. Do you cry on your pillow because your savings are zero? Is your bank account low?
Oh, shit. Good talk. God, that was fun.